If you've ever taken an Uber, you may experience some very weird stuff, like your Uber driver not listening to you and taking a different direction. This is my story of my very first awkward experience with Uber. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday afternoons sometimes, and today I'm going to do a retelling of an old video that I've made, and it's going to be the story about my first awkward experience I had with Uber. So I made that video a few years ago and I don't like the quality, so I'm going to redo it, and I don't like how it was edited. That was filmed on a Samsung tablet and it wasn't edited very well. And so I want to redo it, better edited version, just so I can entertain you guys. And if you would like to see the original story, I'll leave the link in the description box down below. And this is a story about my first experience I had with Uber, where we didn't really have a good communication with our Uber driver, and she was not listening to us, and it made it super frustrating, spoiler alert. But she was very nice, I'm going to be fairly honest, and we did end up feeling bad for getting frustrated with her, but we didn't really have a very good experience with our first Uber, and we just really did not like how the Uber was set up. So this is a story just to teach you guys, you should always make sure your Uber driver knows where they're going and they pay attention. And you got to make sure they listen to you. And I get it, Ubers use GPS, but if you're giving someone directions, they don't need their Uber on. And this is what my Uber driver did, spoiler alert. So just make sure your Uber driver listens to your instructions. And I know they have a GPS, so they know where they're going, but you should always let them know which way they go. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So I'm going to be fairly honest with you guys. I can't remember how many years ago this was, so I think this was maybe about maybe 12 years ago. I was going with my sister and my mom to my sister's grandparents' house, and we were having dinner or something for somebody's birthday. I think it was my sister's birthday. I don't remember what it was, but I know we were definitely going to my sister's grandparents' house, and my mom was not feeling up to it driving, so we decided to get an Uber. So we called the Uber, and they send us this old lady. She wears glasses. She had a different nationality. I think she was from some part of Asia. I'm not sure. But she was probably in her 50s or 60s. And so we get in her car, and she starts driving us. And she's driving us, and we're just sitting in the car. My mom's giving this lady directions, and I know Ubers have a GPS, but my mom knew how to get to my sister's grandma's house. And my mom's giving this lady instructions, and the lady the entire time is not paying attention to where she's driving, and my mom's trying to tell her how to get everywhere. I don't remember if this lady had her GPS on or something. I assume she probably did have her GPS on, but she was not listening to my mom, and my mom was getting a little irritated because she kept trying to give us, she kept not listening to us. And we're getting a little confused because she's driving a different way than we would normally go. Now, and I get it, everybody has their own ways of driving to certain places, but this way was not the way the way she was driving us was not the way we normally go, so we were getting a little confused because we thought she was taking us the wrong way. And so my mom keeps giving her the directions, and the lady is not listening to her, and my sister and I are trying to give her the directions as well, and she's not listening to us either. So finally my mom has the lady pull her car over, and my mom starts talking to this lady, and she goes,
I'm trying to give you directions and blah, 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 blah. I get it, you have a GPS and blah, 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 but this is not the way we normally go, and you're not listening to me. I'm trying to give you the instructions and yada, 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 and it's making us a little frustrated because we're trying to get to this party and we're already late, and you're not listening. You're just going the way you want to go, and yada, yada, yada. We're trying to get to this party, we're already late, or yada, 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 and you just need to listen to us because we're trying to help you and give you directions. The GPS is wrong. It's not taking us the right way, and yada, yada, yada.
So once my mom tells the lady this, the lady starts listening to my mom. She turns off her GPS, and my mom is giving her all the directions to go to different places. And not go to different places, excuse me, get to my sister's grandparents' house. And so we're driving, and the Uber driver is like not having her phone on. She's not even saying anything. She just keeps her mouth, she just doesn't talk. And for the rest of the time while my mom is giving her instructions to get to my sister's grandparents' house. So we get there, and we pay the lady for driving us, but we don't give her a tip because we're very irritated that she ignored us while giving the directions. So we go inside. Little did we know, we accidentally left a bottle of wine we had brought to my sister's grandparents' house in her car. And a couple minutes later, maybe like 2 or 3, I think it was maybe 5 minutes later, she knocks on my sister's grandparents' door, and she comes through the door, and she politely brings us our bottle of wine that we had left in her car. And all of a sudden, the lady starts apologizing to us for ignoring us. She was trying to follow the rules of the GPS, and she feels really bad. And then all of a sudden, my mom, my sister, and I all start to feel bad because we got mad at her while giving her the directions in the car. And we feel bad because she was very, very sweet. She had brought our bottle of wine that we had left in our car, and we talked to her and we apologized to her for getting super irritated with her. We just never had taken Uber before, and we didn't really know how it worked, and yada, yada, yada. So she was very sweet and stuff, and she was very, very nice that she had brought our bottle of wine over to the house, because we didn't notice we had left it in her car, because we were pretty irritated with her, but we were so irritated that we didn't realize we forgot our bottle of wine. So the lady leaves, and then we get another Uber a couple hours later, and they send us a different Uber driver, and this Uber driver was actually listening to us on the way back. But we did feel really bad that we did get mad at our first Uber driver, despite the fact we were getting irritated because she wasn't listening to any of the directions that we were giving her. But we started to feel a little bit bad because she actually was a very nice lady, because she did return something we had forgotten in her car. And so we did kind of like forget about it on the rest of the ride home, and we just didn't want to let it bother us for our entire time while we were riding this Uber, because this Uber was different than the other one. So the moral of the story is it's really difficult to give somebody directions in an Uber because they'll usually have their directions popped up. But you got to make sure that the Uber driver is listening to you if you have a certain way of getting to places. And I know maps take us different ways, but you got to be patient with your Uber driver because they're doing you a favor and taking you somewhere that you need to go and stuff. So you should always make sure that your Uber driver is following the GPS when you're letting him know where you're going. And sometimes when Ubers take a different way on the GPS than you would normally go, and it's not that big of a deal. I mean, especially if an Uber driver doesn't use a GPS, it's good to give them directions, and just make sure your Uber driver listens to you so then you can get to the place you are going to. So that was the retelling of my first awkward experience with Uber. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you would like to see the original story, I'll leave the link in the description box down below if you didn't see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday afternoons sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed my story, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.